Hello and welcome to a new episode of 7 Facts. If you love geography or history, subscribe right now. I promise it'll be worth it. So in case you didn't know this, Russia is actually a federation, a conglomerate of many republics and other equivalent administrative divisions. The first republic we're going to talk about is Adyghe, a small federal subject in the Caucasus region. It's Russia's fifth smallest subject by area, with a population of less than 440,000 people. Adyghe is an ethnic republic, meaning that it primarily represents the indigenous Circassian people, who call themselves Adyghe. Despite this fact, the Adyghe are actually a minority in the republic, representing only about 25% of the people. Most are actually ethnic Russians, followed by Armenians, Ukrainians, Kurds and Tatars. The Circassian are an ancient people and have been influenced by many other cultures, like the Greeks and Byzantines, Bulgars, Georgians, Tatars, Ottomans and Russians. As a result, the Adyghe people have been known by many other names, like Circassians, Kasogs or kerkets. But one of the most influential events in the history of this nation was the Russian invasion of Circassia. Between the late 18th and early to mid-19th centuries, the Adyghe people lost their independence as the Russian Empire gradually carried out a series of wars and campaigns. These wars lasted for 101 years and led to the destruction and killing of many Adyghe. And towards the end of the conflict, Russian generals were tasked to drive out the remaining Circassians. Although not officially recognized as such, many view these actions to be nothing less than a genocide, so this subject is obviously controversial. After the Russian Empire collapsed, it was of course followed by the USSR. One of the issues the Adyghe now had to face was the attacks of the new communist government on religions. During the Soviet period in Adyghe, the Muslim clergy disappeared completely. Soviet rule saw an extensive process of secularization, and practicing Islam, or Christianity for that matter, was deeply discouraged, although not officially outlawed. By 1985, not a single registered association of Muslims was left in Adyghe. However, the faith survived, and immediately after the collapse of the USSR, religion came back and the Muslim clergy reappeared. The capital and largest city of Adyghe is Maykop. The city, named Myequape in Adyghe and meaning Valley of Apple Trees, is home to less than 150,000 people, which actually represents 1/3 of the republic's population. It was founded in 1857 as a Russian military fortress, but it soon lost its importance for the army and gradually turned into a civilian settlement. Once oil was found in the region, the settlement quickly grew and became the major urban center of the region. Today, unfortunately, due to the history of the area, there is a sharp division between the local Adyghe and Russian ethnics. Although you may not have heard of this republic until now, there is a lot to discover in Adyghe. The republic is located in the northern foothills of the mighty Caucasus Mountains. These mountains reach heights of over 3,000 meters and are just breathtakingly beautiful and untouched. These parts of Adyghe are, for obvious reasons, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 40% of the republic is still covered by forests, so nature is still very much present in this tiny republic of the Russian Federation. While most of Adyghe is worth discovering, probably the most breathtaking place is the Caucasus Nature Reserve. The reserve is shared between Adyghe, Krasnodar and Karachay-Cherkessia and is a strict ecological reserve. It's also the largest mountain forest reserve in Europe. This reserve is vastly abundant in wildlife, including bisons, lynx, brown bears and wild boars, so if you're planning a trip here, definitely go prepared. Only 11 official routes are available for tourists, and you also need a pass to enter. Once you do, you're pretty much restricted to only watching. As a tourist, you're not allowed to even build a fire or damage any of the flora or fauna. As I said earlier, Adyghe has large reserves of oil and natural gas. The Republic also has rich mineral deposits of gold, silver and other valuable metals. Despite this, Adyghe is one of Russia's poorest region. The average income here is usually less than $200, and their GDP per capita compares to that of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, in Africa. Despite these harsh economic conditions, the Adyghe people endure and find the strength to still be a warm and welcoming people. These were 7 facts about Adyghe. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Leave your comments downstairs and don't forget, there's a Patreon page where you can support this channel. I hope to see you next time. Bye.